Hi everyone, my name is Robert Sugusumi and my lesson will be on proving the Pythagorean theorem, and it addresses the California Common Core state standards where students will be able to explain a proof of the Pythagorean theorem and its converse. And I'm using a lesson plan format where I learned it at UCI, and it's called the 5E lesson plan. And the 5Es are engage, explore, explain, evaluate, and extend. And I think it's a great format for teachers to differentiate their instruction. So one of the ideas I had for the engage section is a whiteboard activity where I ask students questions activating their prior knowledge required for the lesson, and I could also pre-assess what they know. And pretty much I ask them the questions and they answer it on their whiteboards, and once I see everyone has answered, I could ask one of the students that has the correct answer to share their answers, and I could also accumulate all the student answers in front of the class for them. I think it'll be great for English learners because they could write their responses in complete sentences, so they could practice their English language writing skills, or they could answer in pictures or mathematical formulas. So if I ask them what is a triangle, they could either draw a triangle or put it in a complete sentence. So for the next section, I think I wanted them to do a worksheet where they had to use cutout manipulatives to try to prove the Pythagorean theorem, and I created questions to help guide their thinking, and they had to work in groups of 4. And as a way to help students that have anxiety working in groups, I could assign roles, so they have a focus to, or a role they have in the group, so they won't be left out and they have a contribution to the group. And for the explain section, I could ask each group to come up and share their findings. And then for the evaluate section, I could give students to get out the door, which is mentioned in Rutherford. I also learned it at UCI, and it's pretty much a quick slip to answer a quick question pertaining to the lesson that they just learned, or you could ask them to write what is a good test question that I could make, and so it pretty much summarizes what they learned that day, but they could also put what they thought was confusing or need clarification, and I could move on from there. So for the extend, I could ask students to use a online app called Braining Camp, and they actually have a really good section on the Pythagorean theorem, and they have virtual manipulatives, and they have a virtual lesson, and they also have like real world problems, so I think that would be great for advanced learners to do at home also. So that's my lesson.